Oops. Hey, I'm Grant. I'm a Guffin Man. Something interesting happened this weekend. We had 2 comedies come out. So I figured I'd go see both of them and let you guys know which one you should see. We'll call this Nice Guys versus Neighbors 2. Nice Guys. I'm just gonna start off by saying Nice Guys was amazing. What a funny, original, hilarious story. I loved every minute. It's practically a perfect film. You've got Russell Crowe, who's a professional tough guy who gets paid to beat people up, basically. And you've got Ryan Gosling, who's a private investigator. Both of them get paid for related jobs, so they decide to team up. Ryan Gosling's character is a piece of shit. He's a drunk, he's an asshole, and he's a father who's not a very good father. His daughter actually ends up helping him out with a lot of the investigation, and the girl that plays his daughter does a great job. Russell Crowe is a tough guy, more or less just looking for a purpose. And throughout the movie, you just get both these characters butting heads constantly. And that's where the comedy comes in. Neither actor is really a comedian by any means, and you don't really see them in funny movies. More so Ryan Gosling than Russell Crowe. But their chemistry together is fan-fucking-tastic. It's so good. Ryan Gosling has this Weasley dude, and Russell Crowe that just isn't taking any of his shit. The investigation they're hired for focuses around the death of a porn star and just snowballs from there, and hilarity ensues. The movie's written and directed by Shane Black. Shane Black's known for his work on like Lethal Weapon and Iron Man 3, which I guess and Iron Man 3, which a lot of people have enjoyed. I did not. I'm still a little hurt by that one. I'm one of the guys that hated Iron Man 3. Sorry, I hated it. You can't do that. You can't do what Shane Black did in Iron Man 3 and get away with it, even though he totally got away with it. Anyway, Shane Black is really good at writing character-driven stories. He establishes the characters really early in the movie, and he does such a good job with it. I couldn't believe how funny this movie was while also being a really good story. The investigation they go on is very interesting, and I completely found it unpredictable. It's a solid character-driven comedy that keeps you laughing throughout the entire film. There's a moment in this film that had me gut laughing. I was laughing so hard. I don't think I've laughed like that in a long time. It's nice seeing these serious actors actually have some good comedy chops. Especially Russell Crowe. Like, I haven't seen him around for a long time, so it was good to see him in a movie where he was doing some comedy, and he's actually a really good actor too. Russell Crowe's a good actor. So is Ryan Gosling. Yeah. Overall, really like Nice Guys. The other movie that came out this weekend was Neighbors 2. Sorority Rising. I went into Neighbors 2 with somewhat low expectations because it is a sequel, and comedy sequels never do well. They usually repeat the same jokes, the characters do all the same stuff, and it's usually just a money grab because the first movie was so successful. Not Neighbors 2. Right off the bat, this movie was shooting jokes at you. It's like a fucking machine gun. It's like joke, 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 joke. I was not ready for how many jokes were being thrown at you in this movie. So once again, you've got Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne living their adult lives with a child and another one on the way, while Zac Efron is still trying to figure out how to be an adult. You get to see all the old characters from the last movie that you know and love, and as well as they bring in a lot of new characters. Chloe Grace Moretz is introduced as a girl joining a sorority, and the sorority she's looking to join establishes that sororities cannot have parties. Apparently this is a real thing, I guess, I don't know. So she decides it's bullshit, takes a couple of the other girls from that sorority, and they create their own sorority in the house next to Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne from the first movie. And with the help of Zac Efron, they make it possible. And together they build this large sorority that parties and parties and parties. Now Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne are trying to sell their house because they want to get out of there and they have a new house. Unfortunately, their house is under escrow. So they need to wait 30 days before they can actually move out of the house. What I really liked about Neighbors 2 is that the trailers didn't really ruin any of the jokes for you. You see the same scenes, but the jokes they used in the trailers, they swapped out with a new joke. So it was still new and fresh. That was awesome. But it's also fresh enough with all these new characters and the sorority girls that there's a lot of new jokes. And they don't repeat the same jokes from the first movie, which is great. Anytime they do repeat a joke from the first movie, it's sensible and is actually still funny. This movie isn't just a cash grab, and it was a huge surprise, and I actually absolutely loved it. An issue I had with the movie is that I felt that there was a lot of pressure to step up the jokes though. So when it came to the structure of the film, it was actually a little sloppy. I felt like they rushed through scenes that you needed some added drama, and just to get to the joke scenes really fast. And you know, when I say joke scenes, the scenes where you've got people moving in slow motion to a popular hip song at the time. But overall, like I said, Neighbors 2 is hilarious. I'll say it's probably just as good as the first. I need to see it a few more times and make that decision, because I've seen the first Neighbors like a million times because I fucking love that movie. It was my favorite comedy of 2014. And this one held up so well. The character's hilarious, the conflict is hilarious, and when it comes to the ending, I'm not gonna spoil it, the ending is solid, and I was happy with the way things ended. I really hope they leave it at 2 movies and they don't make another one, because I don't really see how they could. And when it comes down to which comedy should I go see and which one should I wait to see till it shows up on TV at home, I'm gonna say go with Nice Guys. Nice Guys was so funny, and Nice Guys was just absolutely hilarious. So was Neighbors, don't get me wrong. If you decide to go see Neighbors, I won't be mad. But overall, Nice Guys was just more of an original film, and because of the setting in the 70s, it was a more original experience, and I didn't think they really made movies like that anymore. It seemed like a 70s film, but with better filming. So there you have it. I like Nice Guys more than Neighbors 2. Not by much. Like I said, Neighbors 2 is a solid flick. Go see that one too if you got the time. But if you have to make that choice, go see Nice Guys. Okay, that's it. If you like this video, go ahead and give that subscribe button a jab. I've got more videos coming on the way. Thanks. See ya.